Hey everybody, it's Jennifer with Get Your Credit Perfect Now, and I wanted to do a quick video to answer a question that I'm constantly getting asked, and that is, should you pay off your collection accounts? And this is kind of a complex answer because a lot of people really, obviously when you have a collection, a lot of people really want to do what they feel is the right thing, and that is to just pay on the item that they may actually owe. But a lot of times what happens is they'll contact me after doing so and say, you know what, I don't know why my score just tumbled down like 50, 60, 80 plus points. And it happens quite a bit. A lot of people don't realize that your credit is based on the last activity that happens on your report. So let's just say that you have a collection account that you've had. It's about a year and a half old, and you know what? You're about to try to purchase a house, and you decided that you want to go ahead and pay it off. So what happens is when you pay that collection off, it restarts the date of the last activity. So it doesn't become a positive account on your credit. It becomes a recent collection account again on your credit. So it impacts your score heavily because it's a recent negative item. Even though it's paid, it's still a collection. So it reflects negatively and it impacts your score negatively. So the best thing to do with that is to do one of two things. Either to dispute the item, which is generally what I recommend, because in actuality, if your account has been sent to collections, you you actually have a contractual relationship with the company that you originally acquired the debt through. However, you don't have a contractual relationship with a collection company. What happens with collection agencies is they actually purchase the debt from the original creditor. So let's just say that you owed $1,000 to AT&T for a cell phone bill or whatever. Uh, what happens is, of course, at the end of the year, every year, AT&T needs to settle their books, and they're going to claim that debt as a loss on their tax returns. And so they say, you know what, we haven't been able to collect this debt. This is a loss, and they count, and it deletes liability against their amount owed on taxes. I'm getting really complex, aren't I? But I just want to explain this to you. Basically, what happens is a collection agency then comes in and says, you know what? I want to purchase this debt because we feel like we can actually collect this debt from somebody. So they purchase the debt, and many times it's for literally pennies on the dollar. So let's just say it's an $1,000 account. They may purchase it for $100, $200, $300 or something along those lines. So what happens is when they approach you and say, you know what, you owe us $1,000, technically they bought it for $100 or $200. So any amount that they get over that amount is pure profit to them. So of course they're going to try to intimidate you. They're going to try to make you feel like this is something that you need to settle with them and all that good stuff. But in reality, you do not owe this collection agency. You owed AT&T, and if they have sent you to collections, they have actually written that item off, which means the debt is no longer active with AT&T. So I'm not by any stretch of the imagination trying to encourage you not to pay your bills. That's definitely not what I'm saying. However, I do want you to understand that you have a lot of leverage when it comes to uh, dealing with collections. You can either dispute the item, which again, if it's an older account, if it's over a year old, it generally will fall off of your credit pretty quickly. If you have the right type of letters to dispute the items? A lot of people, uh, they take care of trying to do credit repair themselves, or they deal with a company that really doesn't use the full extent of the law in order to force the creditors to validate the debt. The creditors have to not only validate that you owe a specific account, they also have to do it within a 30-day period, and they also have to notate your credit profile within that 30-day time period as being in dispute. If they do not do that, if they do not put that one notation on your credit report within that period of time, then they are out of compliance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and they have to remove that item from your credit. So that's how you can get a lot of collection items removed very quickly, because they don't follow law, number one, and secondly, they don't have verification of you owing a debt to them. So, again, my recommendation is to dispute the item. If you feel like you want to take care of the debt, the best thing to do with that is to contact the collection agency and say, listen, I understand that you guys are claiming that I owe this debt. I'm not saying that I do owe this debt. However, I need to get a transaction done. I'm willing to settle with you for $400 on this $1,000, assuming that you will send me a letter in writing before I send you the funds, stating that that you will remove this item from my credit report. A lot of times they'll try to fight you and they'll try to get you to admit that this is your debt. And because you are on a recorded line when you contact these companies, that can be enough for them to be able to collect on the debt. So be very careful when you're actually speaking with these people to not make statements that say that this is your debt, because once you do, then you accept liability and it becomes easier for them to collect on the account. So definitely what I encourage you to do is to check out the video, take a look at our ultimate credit repair system. We actually have a system that is a do-it-yourself guide that is extremely comprehensive. We have 609 letters. We have a step-by-step system to get everything removed from your credit, from collections to bankruptcy to judgments to all manner of things. So definitely check the link out below this video if you are interested in restoring your credit. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.